Hi, it's the Trigger, Rich Bontrager, back with you again, talking to church leaders and particularly church planners, because they're near and dear to my heart. I've been a church planner, but leaders in general. You know, we're told to make disciples, and it is a process to make disciples. Jesus said, go make disciples. And the interesting thing is, we as leaders are always scratching our heads. I've spent countless hours talking with leaders of how do you do this? What do you do? And I always go to 1 Corinthians. It talked about the different parts of the body. We all have different gifts. We have one Spirit, one God, one Lord, one Savior. But there's different parts of the body. So think of it this way. Think of it as a baseball team. Now, we've all heard that, but who's your pitcher on your team? Who's your catcher at home base? Who's first, second, third? Who's your center fielder? Who's going to go deep and bring on that long play for you? Now, change that all into churches. Change that into the roles and responsibilities that you appoint and feel that God leads people to take on within the churches. Now, as a pastor, especially church planners, listen very carefully. A lot of time in the early days of church plants, we are told to put on every hat, do everything, whatever it takes. It relies on us, the mission, the vision, the values. We have to be the all-star player all the time, every day, every weekend, every meeting. We've got to be the ones that do it. And there's truth in that. There is truth that you have a leadership role that few ever understand. Take it serious, do the best you can. However, if you're going to build a team, you also have to learn how to assemble the team and give them full responsibility to play for your team. And here's the tricky part for all leaders. The trickiest part is to stop playing on the field every weekend. You don't have to play every position, guys, gals. You don't have to be the center fielder. You don't have to be on the mound, calling the plays, throwing the big. You don't have to do it anymore. There comes a point about year 6 of a church plant. Usually, if you have an established church, this should be already ingrained in you, but it's usually not. There's so much pressure on us pastors to lead and develop. But eventually what you have to do is you have to walk off the field. And it's real hard. It's so hard. It was hard for me. I remember year 6 of our church plant telling my leaders in a meeting that this would be the year. This is all going to change. And I had to give them more authority, more power, more influence, and the ability to actually do something different for a change. I had to learn how to sit on the bench and be the coach. I had to let go of things that I love to do, that I'm wired to do, and I actually had to give them full authority and full responsibility, and I had to decide that I was going to coach from the sidelines and actually be on the field. Let me challenge you. If you want to make disciples, if you want to actually go and develop leaders, especially next generation leaders that understand what's really going on today. I don't understand this generation right now the way I did 20 years ago. It's changed. Pastors, you have to develop next generation leaders so they can go and make disciples. Your job is to oversee and coach, to help them play the right position, to help them develop their skills, to let them fall on their face and have it not go perfectly. Your job is not to save them all the time. And eventually, you're going to feel like you are just outside, completely in the grandstands, watching the game, and you're going to watch your church thrive and your church grow. And it's not going to be because you were at the center of it. There's going to be ministry going on that you know nothing about. People are going to come to Christ that you're going to hear about secondary. You won't have to be there for every birthday, graduation. And you may not even be the one baptizing them anymore. It may be a life group leader. It may be a friend that will baptize them, a spouse. Because you now have taken on the role of developing a church that develops leaders. You want to multiply your church? You want to increase your effectiveness as a leader of leaders? Become a coach. Become an equipper. Become a cheerleader of those who are young in the faith, that you see the gifts and the passion and the abilities for, and help them achieve. Read 1 Corinthians from a different lens. Read it from the lens of you now get to be the one to see the gifts, to see the talents, to see them emerge, and you get to be the one to coach it, develop it, assemble the team for God's glory and God's honor. And you know what? It's going to be a lot more fun. The pressure is going to be off. You don't have to do it all and do it all alone anymore. That's it for today. I'm the Trigger, Rich Bontrager. God bless. Till next time.